Hello, it's Nicolette, and I have been on some thrifting adventures. Found some gems, and I don't know, I was just so excited about what I found, so jazzed, that I was like, why don't I do a little mini thrift haul? The thing I am most excited to share, I have been looking for one of these for years. Either, they were too expensive, or I was traveling and found them and I couldn't pack it in my suitcase. I'm telling you, I walked into this thrift store and the first thing I saw there on the shelf was this lamp. I love it. It's a globe, it's decoration, it's lighting. I have been putting this on at night, and it's really just, it's nice mood lighting. The apartments across from me have such mood lighting goals. I'm telling you, there's one specifically got like this china ball, and then he has this like illuminated art piece on the wall. I was like, I need to step up my lighting game. So I got this, which I love. It was 10 euros. I'd say that's a steal. Right next to it, found this. It has the universe on it, and it changes colors. It's pretty amazing. Okay, I promise I did purchase clothing as well, for anyone who is not interested in lighting and home goods, but we have one more home goods item. Whoa, there's a bunch of fighter jets. Dude, okay, you can't see that. Oh, there's more coming, there's more coming. Look at this. Are those fighter jets? I don't know, I know nothing about planes. Okay, anyway, yes, did buy clothing. How many jets are passing? Probably not the whole fleet. All of France's military power is in the sky today. This is a little concerning. All right, I thought I was purchasing a spice rack. I misjudged the size of a spice jar. It doesn't fit. I think, let me know in the comments, but I think this is meant for recipe cards, which joke is on me. I do not cook using recipes. I just throw things in together that work in like questionable quantities. It's still cute. And it's like a lazy Susan situation. So it spins. 360-degree action. Okay, anyway. And it has a little drawer. What will I hide in here? I don't know. And what will I put in here? Because I definitely don't have recipe cards. If anyone has suggestions, let me know. This could be like maybe an office situation. I've been doing some organization and decorating. I just got these at the supermarket at Monoprix, which is basically the equivalent of like French Target. Now, onto the clothing. First thing, shoes. I usually only have about 2 pairs of shoes that are on rotation. The past year, I have been wearing a pair of black sneakers and black Oxford type shoes, which I loved. And then recently, the sole essentially like split, which is not really orthopedically sound to walk on, I am aware of. So I knew I needed to get a new pair of shoes. Turns out this thrift store has 3 euro shoes, and I found a replacement for my black Oxfords. Look at these. Ugh. Love them. So cute, so simple, so stylish. They go with anything you want to wear. And the other ones I got have a heel. So, we have 2 modes. We have ground level and we have elevated. I love these. I love these so much that I'm wearing them inside, which is not a good idea. I usually never wear shoes inside. Okay, I have one more clothing item, and then I want to give you a little updated tour of my apartment here in Paris. I did an apartment tour video after I had moved in. I was still getting settled, I was still adding decorations, and that's a continued process, as you can see with me deciding to buy some mood lighting. So yeah, I want to give you some updates, but first, the last clothing item I found, which was €2, ladies and gentlemen, a blazer. Let me tell you about this blazer. So we need to start with my obsession with the movie Rushmore by Wes Anderson. I am so into Jason Schwartzman's character, Max Fisher, who's the protagonist of this movie. I even dressed up as him for Halloween. I also dressed up as him when I went to a premiere of the movie. God, what am I saying? When I went to a screening, an outdoor screening in LA of the movie, and I dressed up. I was so excited. I got there, I was the only person dressed up. I was like, it's okay, I'm feeling good. I'm here to watch one of my favorite movies. And guess who showed up? Jason Schwartzman himself, the Max Fisher. I got to take a photo with him while dressed as his character. He was so incredibly nice. Like afterwards, he like leans in and he whispers, he's like, you look good. I was like, oh, thank you. Wow, this is such an intro to this blazer. Jason Schwartzman, Max Fisher tangents aside, I found the perfect Max Fisher blazer. The button fell off, so I need to sew it back on. It's a kid's school uniform. So it's slightly snug, but this is the benefit of being 5'2", is that you can sometimes fit into children's clothing. It has bee accents on it, on all the buttons. And bees are an important part of the movie because he's in like 20 different school clubs. And one of them is the beekeeping society. I'm obsessed with this blazer. Wow, that was such a tangent. Okay, are you ready for an updated mini apartment tour? Design focused tour. I'm also gonna take this blazer off because it's summer. Yes, it's summer, height of summer here in Paris, and I purchased a blazer. I got curtains, finally. Everyone and their mother could see into my kitchen at night. Not that I was doing anything salacious in my kitchen. When you have apartments this close that are facing each other, you can literally look into everyone's windows if they don't have curtains on them and just see what they're doing. And I realized that they could also see what I was doing. But for when I'm feeling a little more private, I bought these curtains. I've also been trying to buy more fresh flowers. I think it just adds so much color and beauty. Oh yes! I went to one of my favorite concerts of my life. I saw Idols. These men know how to put on a show. I knew it was gonna be a good show, but this exceeded my expectations. It was close to 3 hours. They played so much. People were crowd surfing throughout the entire thing. The speed of crowd surfing that was happening in that crowd, unmatched, unrivaled. I have never seen someone speed across on top of people crowd surfing that fast in my life. So it was a fun time. Here in Paris, pretty much anytime you exit a concert, there will be these people selling bootleg like €2 posters. Literally there is something printed on the other side of this poster for like whatever show was the previous night. But you can tell it's bootleg because it's literally pixelated. Like someone took a screenshot and blew it up to a size far larger than it's supposed to be. They also took the screenshot before, after the Netherlands sold out. Love this poster. Also bought a second blow up poster because I'm obsessed with this movie. It's one of my favorite movies. Oh gosh, it's July, and I have to update this to the next thing. I donated to the firemen, the Parisian firemen, and bought their calendar, which is Olympics themed. And what else? The swans. I love the swans. These, I have 2 of them. I couldn't separate them. I got these I'll link the video in the description, but I went to the largest and oldest flea market in Paris, and I found these. They bring me so much joy. I just wake up every morning, and now I see double the joy. I see the lamp, I see the swans. It's amazing what little things can do to a space and to your mood. And this is also my spell corner. I do spells, y'all. I'm mildly a witch, so this is where I do them. And I have my little altar. Nothing satanic, only white magic, you know? I don't think there are a ton of design updates here, other than this candle and these gemstones. Oh, the desk area, this has been updated, kind of. I've just been adding more things chaotically. Like this very important reminder. Also, I have a picture of my younger self, which really motivates me. I'm doing things to bring this little Nico joy. If you want to see the full tour that I did, I'll link that. I'll also link the flea market video where I went on an adventure at the flea market that was so fun. So you can watch that video and kind of tag along and see what that place is like. And if you're visiting Paris, I highly recommend you go. That's all for now. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And leave me a comment with what kind of videos you want, because vlogging feels mildly chaotic, but you know, if it's what the people want, let me know. I'll do more of those videos. Or if you just want educational French videos, I can also do those. Shout out in the comments what you're thinking. I'm gonna spend the rest of my sunny Sunday in Paris. Bisous.